it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas, and today we have a fun video for you. I'm going to show you how to make this cute Valentine shirt that has the hearts that climb up onto the shoulder. Now this shirt is a Goodfellow brand shirt. This came from the men's section at Target. I paid $6 for it. And then the vinyl that I used is the black Glitter Flex Ultra and the red Glitter Flex Ultra by Specialty Materials. Both of those vinyls are available on my website, which is linked down in the description box down below. Now, if you'll give me a minute, we'll go over how we made it and how to price it if you're wanting to sell it. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is download our SVG, which I have uploaded today for new SVGs for the $10 or more a month subscribers on Patreon, which you can find those at my Patreon page, which is www.patreon.com/BetsyDocher. You'll click on the post link up at the top. Then you'll click on the Wifey SVG. This is the one we're doing. We're going to click Save. Now we're going to go down here to Cricut Design Space. We're going to click Upload, Upload, go to Browse, which this will bring me to my Downloads folder. So we're going to go ahead and scroll all the way down to the bottom and select the Wifey SVG and select Open. Now we're going to go ahead and click Save, Insert Image. Now remember, all of these are available for our $10 or more a month patrons, and these are available, these are so you can sell. So these are for commercial use. So as you can see right now, the image is at 9.796 wide. And typically when we are doing a t-shirt, we want it to be 10.5 inches wide for an adult size t-shirt. So we're going to change that up at the top to 10.5 wide. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to take and ungroup this image, and I want to go ahead and weld my wifey portion together. So that makes it one word instead of having several cuts. Now I'm going to take my group of hearts, which this trails up the shoulder, and we're going to go ahead and weld those together as well. So as you can see, that image is about 6 inches wide by a little over 6.5 inches tall. The vinyl is 12 inches by 19 inches. So I can fit 2 of these beside each other, and so I can make 4 of these per piece of vinyl. Now this is going to come into play when we price out the design. Now, even though I'm using 2 colors, the main thing I'm worried about is how many of the bigger piece of vinyl I can fit per page, because even if I can cut more wifeys, I need to know that roughly between 2 pieces of vinyl, I can make right about 4 shirts. And if you're not sure about that, you can take and duplicate it and then select Make It. And then if I go down here and then select 12 by 19, as you can see, I can fit 4 per sheet, plus the extra hearts that go right above the wifey. Now let's go ahead and cancel that, because I don't need to make 4 of them. But that's just to kind of show you how to price it out. Okay, so now we're going to click on Make It, and we want to go ahead and mirror both images and click Continue. Now I am cutting this out of Specialty Materials Glitter Flex Ultra, so I want to select Glitter Iron On. Now if you'll give me a moment, I'm going to send this to cut, and then we'll show you how to put the shirt together. Okie dokie. So as you can see, I have my shirt laid out, and this is a t-shirt from Target. It's one of their men's shirts. It's a Goodfellow Incorporated, and as you can see, they cost $6 per t-shirt. And part of the reason why I wanted to do this is so that way we can do a price breakdown over what it costs to make this shirt, so that way you can figure out what to charge. So while we're weeding, we will talk about that. Okay, so we know that
we can fit 4 of the red designs on one piece of vinyl. So if you take the cost of a piece of red glitter HTV, which on my website it's $6.50. So whenever you divide that out, we'll up it to 7 just in case you have tax, and divide that out by 4, that makes $1.75 per shirt. Now whenever you've got that times 2 colors, it makes it $3.50 per shirt for vinyl. But that's not all you have to take into account. So if you add that $3.50 plus the cost of the shirt, that makes $9.50. Now, whenever you're talking about pricing things for retail, you need to go 2.5 times percentage. So what that means is you times that times 2, and 9.5 divided by 1/2 is $4.75. So this shirt in my store, I would charge $23.75. Because if you just take into account the material cost, which is great to do, but if you ever make a mistake, you have to have some extra money in there. But also if you ever do a sale, anything like that, you have to have enough markup so that way you are not losing money. And the way that pricing works, you also have to think that extra portion, that other $4.75, is pretty much your time to make the design. So those are things that you have to take into account as well, that if it takes you time to make it, you can't just charge for the materials, even if you're just starting off, because if you price yourself too low, you're not going to sell anything. Hopefully that makes sense on what I'm saying, but if you price too cheaply and then you decide to go up, then people aren't going to buy from you because they're like, well, you used to charge me this, I'm going to find someone who's going to charge me that. And people will pay for quality work, because that is something I have learned being in business for myself as long as I have been, is you're always going to find someone who does the work cheaper. But does that mean they do a better job just because it's cheap? I don't think so. And as you can see, part of the reason why I have the whole front of the shirt on here is because the way this layout is it is a shoulder climbing design. And by what I mean by that is, as you can see, when I lay it out on the shirt, it goes up into the top of the shoulder. And you don't have to do it this size. This is just how I like to do it. And we're playing with different layouts because, let's face it, we need new, different, because everybody's doing the same thing. And you have to find ways, if you're doing this for a business, and even if you're not doing this for a business, you want to find ways to set yourself apart. So pretty much that's how the shirt looks. And one of the things we'll do is we'll center the wifey on here after we stick the red, but I kind of wanted you to see roughly how this looks. See how cute that is? Okay, so now what we need to do is, I've already got my Cricut Easy Press preheated to 330 degrees. We're going to cover this with a Teflon sheet, and we're going to stick for 15 seconds over where those red hearts go. Very simple and easy to do. But you want those things that are unique and that will help set you apart. Plus, I mean, for me personally, I like stuff that's different. I want the stuff that you don't see every which way. So now what I'm going to do is, to make this easier to line up, I'm going to pull my shirt off with the collar just off the edge of my Steady Betty. And when I say Steady Betty, it is Steady, S-T-A-D-Y. Okay, making sure I'm spelling that correctly. So now I'm giving myself the center mark with my t-shirt guide, which on our website we have shirts, we have vinyl, and the files, but you don't have to buy from us. We're still going to do the designs and the tutorials whether you buy from us or not. So now I'm laying out the wifey center on my shirt. We're going to cover again and press for 15 seconds. But knowing how to price things is extremely important, because that's one of the things when you start a small home-based business, a lot of times you don't learn and you're like, oh, well, it only cost me, $10 to make this, and you don't take into account everything else that goes along with it, which is labor, wear and tear on your machines, because each time you cut, you're putting wear and tear on your machines. Now we're going to press that again for 15 seconds. And then we'll repress every portion for another 15 seconds. That's how you make sure everything is on there well. And when you're using regular HTV, it's very easy to see if you've pressed it long and hard enough, because you'll see the texture of the shirt through the material, but glitter's a little bit more difficult. But glitter is one of those things that is extremely popular for crafting, so I want to show you the things that are popular to make. Because one of the avenues that I'm going with this channel is I'm wanting to show you, because I have a lot of people who are doing this or wanting to start a home business with it. So we want to show how to make it profitable for a home business. Now we're going to go ahead and cover again and press for 15 seconds. And the easy press is really good, but if you are wanting to get into doing this for a business, having a heat press is definitely worth the money. One of the reasons why I'm using the Cricut Easy Press instead of my big press is, one, my big press is at my shop, which we use to make custom shirts still for people, and as well as this is much easier so you can see the full over the top. But look how cute that looks. Now, if you'll give me a minute to change the camera angle, I will go over everything we just did. So hopefully I didn't ramble on too much in this video and you understand the pricing. And if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them down in the comments below. We always try to answer as quickly as possible. And if you don't get an answer that way, because sometimes the comments come in too quick and I don't see everything, take and either email us at cuttincornersvinyl@gmail.com, which is in the description box as well. Or you can Facebook message us on Facebook, which is Cuttin Corners Vinyl, and we also have an Instagram page. You can message me as well. But I guess that's it for today. So don't forget to check me out on all my social media: Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as my second channel, which is just Betsy Gocher. I do all my makeup stuff over there, keto and CrossFit when we're planning vacations, all that fun kind of stuff. But I guess that's it. So we will see y'all on Friday. Bye.